So a man who is remarkable in a very different way, Blinken, Anthony Blinken, had some words to say about this. From Andre Damon of the World Socialist website, crocodile tears from Blinken the Butcher. Blinken just called the killing of the son of Al Jazeera's Gaza bureau chief an unimaginable tragedy. No, it's a crime, one that Blinken perpetrated. When asked directly, Blinken didn't condemn Israel's targeted murder of journalists.
I am deeply, deeply sorry. Targeted by the IDF, including our colleague, son of our colleague, Mahmoud.
All right, so for anyone who's not watching, going by the audio, so and I assume Arab journalist, I think an Al Jazeera journalist, brought up the murder of the son of Wael al-Dado.
Is the United States condemn?
Does the United States condemn targeting journalists?
I am deeply, deeply sorry.
But do you condemn it, Tony? Do you condemn it?
Almost unimaginable loss suffered by your colleague.
What?
I'm a parent myself.
Ah.
I can't begin to imagine the horror that he's experienced, not once, but now twice.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice if you were in a position to do something about this?
I know, Jesus Christ.
And
the rest of his family was killed a few weeks ago, you piece of shit.
Yeah, no. If only you were in a position of power to exert pressure on the Israeli state to put an end to this genocide. If only you could do something about it. If only you had more power than a bunch of schmucks on a podcast.
As the real president of the United States, behind the scenes.
Yes,
as the man who puppets Biden around.
As the Grima Wormtongue of this White House.
Yes.
It's too bad you can't do anything about this.
This is unimaginable tragedy, and that's also been the case for, as I said, far too many innocent Palestinian men, women, and children.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Boy, I really feel bad about paying for all that.
No, he speaks like he's a bystander. He has nothing to do with it.
I know if I paid billions of dollars to have my family killed, I would feel really bad about it. If that money were going towards that I make sure it gets to killing your family.
So we have Caitlin Johnstone here bringing the heat as always. Nothing epitomizes the depraved manipulations of the U.S. empire better than Anthony Blinken. There is no better representation of that empire than Tony standing there on his mountain of corpses covered in blood, telling you how sorry he is to learn of the unfortunate accidental deaths of the people he just murdered, staring at you with his cold, dead eyes, playing remarkably soulless blues guitar under the light of a bright red moon. Yeah, bringing it. Caitlin, bringing it.
Condemn? I love that. Will you condemn question? That's a very popular question around these parts. It was interesting to watch him not condemn it.
You have anything, Keaton?
These journalists in Gaza, they're just the bravest people in the world. I mean, I talked to firefighters after 9/11. I played, I grew up around New York City, so I knew a couple of New York firefighter families. I knew a couple of families of firefighters who survived the day. I knew one who tragically didn't. And they said something along the lines of what I said earlier, running into that building, they had a purpose. They felt it was their purpose to be there and pull as many people out of that building as they could. In that moment, there was really no fear. And I can't get inside the heads of these journalists, but I would imagine if I had to speculate, they take a similar attitude. We're here to do a job. We have to do this job. There's no one here to do it but us. This is our destiny to be here. And they do it until they can't do it anymore. So, yeah, I mean, the amount of courage is just unbelievable.
Well, contrast that with the amount of courage of that ex-Obama aide harassing falafel carts around the city.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's,
Weigh him out, though.
I mean, it's funny. You know, Matt Taibbi wrote an article that got a lot of play after Trump got elected, saying, you know, the reason the establishment hates him so much is he's ripped the ugly mask off the ugly reality of American empire. I think Joe Biden has done more to rip that mask off than Donald Trump ever dreamt of. How can you watch this? How can you know our complicity in it? How can you watch a bloodless freak like Anthony Blinken stand up there and you can see that he's trying his best to pretend to have empathy that he does not in fact possess? How can you look at that and come out the other side saying we're the good guys? How do you believe
exactly?
that
And the
after
reason
this?
why Biden unmasks the brutalities of the empire more than Trump did is because Biden is just a non-entity. They don't have a human face to put on this. Trump, say what you will about Trump, he's his own man. He's a character. He puts a face on it. Obama could put a face on it. Bill Clinton could put a face on it. George W. Bush wasn't particularly good at it either. He was the closest thing to a non-entity that we've had. But Biden is just not even there.
Right.
He's not even there. So all you get is the Anthony Blinken perspective and the Jake Sullivan perspective. Oh, the only people we take seriously as actually being in charge are these underlings who, under normal circumstances, we don't get to see because Trump is at least a figurehead. Obama is at least a figurehead. Biden is such a zero that he doesn't even function as a figurehead. So all you see is the man behind the curtain, and man, is it ugly.
And on that black pill note, I think we'll go to Super Chats, Misha.
All right. Mo99 says, great show. Thank you, Mo99. KK Otwas. Hey, Russell, loved the article on the art scene. How do you think celeb culture entertainment maintains status quo power structure?
By booking Joe Coy for the Gold Globes.
Not very well these days. They're losing a lot of their authority and their cultural power. You know, that was something I joked around a little bit with Max about, because yes, you do have, we know this, particularly when there's any kind of military or intelligence service theme in a movie. In order to bring down the budget, they work with the government. The government gets approval on a lot of these scripts in exchange for giving them access to aircraft carriers, to giving them access to bases, to all kinds of equipment. They get to look at the scripts.
Like China, like how the evil communist China does.
Yeah.
That's how they make all the movies you like.
Well, you know what? I said I used to drive a horse and carriage for a living. And one of my coworkers was from China, and we were pretty close. We used to talk a lot. And this is way back. China had shot down an American plane around Taiwan or something. And, you know, I said to my friend, I said, so in China, do they know that the press is state controlled? And he said, some of them. Let me ask you something. In America, do they know that their press is state controlled? And I said, all right, touche, man.
I think they're dumb enough to like not know and also wish it was. Like, I wish the state had more control because this is out of hand.
So yeah, no, a lot of these Hollywood celebrities that you see, a lot of the producers, a lot of the production companies, they're working hand in glove with the establishment, with the military-industrial complex. And this is a big part of why you will never hear them really meaningfully challenge it. Even people you look at in Hollywood who are nominally left, like Mark Ruffalo, you see these people come out and take a contrary line on Ukraine. It's just like in Washington, people who are nominally left won't take that position. Like, they know where you can't go.
He's also a dumb guy.
If Mark, well, I mean, that
they killed JoJo. That was his big tweet.
If Mark Ruffalo wants to come out and say people should have health care, they don't give a shit. That's never happening. Whatever. Right. You start going out there and you speak against the military-industrial complex, you're out of there. Yeah. Look at what they're doing to Susan Sarandon.
Yeah,
Susan Sarandon is a case study in what kind of a person you have to be to maintain your career in Hollywood. Man, they put, if they ever do that Rocky Horror sequel, she's not getting a part. Any others?
Her and Cat Williams are out.
They're out. They're out.
T-Bone, I should have read this one a lot earlier. Max Blumenthal is the freaking man. Definition of a mensch. Russell, great job, buddy. And glad to see the Do Dissidents boys continue to grow. Love that Kirk guy. T-Bone.
T-Bone.
Thank you, T-Bone.
Thanks, T-Bone. We know T-Bone. T-Bone hangs around our chat a lot.
Oh,
Thank
and
you, T-Bone.
very special. And back to Russell for reals, I think, this time.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit